Charlamagne the God.
Oh, you said it. We're going there?
We're going there.
We're going in.
Time to go talk about Charlamagne the God.
Now, depending on who you talk to, he's one of our colleagues. He does media. We do need media. Do you really want to go in there and one of our colleagues?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He no colleague of mine. I mean, how can you be stop, people say that because we judge people on money, right? So, like, a white station pays him, $1 million, whatever kind of contract he got.
Right.
Black people pay me, not nearly that much, but enough to eat, and that's all I require. Enough to eat and buy some equipment. That's all I require. I don't need much more than that. But he's considered bigger than me. Why? Because of how he's financed? Yeah. Like, I don't even buy into that at all. That's the thing. I don't even buy into any of that at all. I don't buy into any of that, the standards that the people are setting up in terms of he based on what? So he has a book out. Do you have the book H.A.M? Put that book up if you got it.
Well, I got him and Miss Hillary.
Well, put that up. Put that up. And then after you put that up, let's put up the image of him.
That's him and Miss Hillary.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Hello, Miss Hillary. And he called her Miss Hillary too.
Did he call her Miss Hillary?
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
Woo! We're gonna go. You know what? Stephen A. Smith liked the book. Doesn't that tell you something? Nobody should want to like anything Stephen A. Smith likes. He is all about getting his check. But y'all remember that time Stephen A. Smith got checked? He tried to go in on white women. They checked them so swift. He came back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Back to black people. Let's change that station real quick because I messed up. I went in on the wrong one. I am sorry. So I want to talk about the Charlamagne the God thing in the context. His book is called Black Privilege. I have just talked for like 20 minutes about Henrietta Lacks and her family her dying and them using her cells, and then her cell never telling them, taking the money, moving and never giving them anything. In the context of that conversation, Charlamagne the God is writing a book about black privilege. No such thing exists. That's the whole point. And even him, you know how we talk about people diluting your claim? He's diluting the claim because he don't understand nothing, no.
Let's go in on that.
Because he doesn't understand what we talk about here. We spend a lot of time here talking about data. We spend a lot of time here talking about data and what the data means for the black community and what's been taken from the black community and what we need to take whole to be made whole and what we need in terms of money being put in our pockets. We spend a lot of time talking about that.
Maybe he goes into data in the book.
Yeah, I read a little bit of the book.
He didn't. It wasn't charts and graphs.
It was bad.
Oh, okay.
It was bad. It was. I mean, the book is bad. Like, at least get a ghostwriter. Like, at least get a ghostwriter. I mean, even the cover of the book. Look at it. It doesn't look like you see covers of books. It doesn't look like just you in a chair, like tilted back. I don't even want to call him Charlamagne the God. What's his real name? Find his real name for me. I don't call your boy. Now nobody want to call you Charlamagne no God. Like, this ain't what that's a caricature. That's like calling somebody Superman. You just made up a name for yourself like you a rapper, but then you say like in the book, I am a great listener. Like, based on what?
Leonard
or Leonard? It might be Leonard.
I think it's Leonard.
Leonard, listen. Let me break it down. I have told everybody, I have said this till I cannot say it anymore, that these people are in charge of social engineering. What he says in his book is that he says at one point, I have to believe in black privilege. That's what I have to tell myself. What you're basically telling us is that you have to lie to yourself. Like, how I get by in my life is lying to myself. And then I know what people are going to say to me. They're going to say to me, well, Yvette, Charlamagne got a bunch of money. You ain't got no money. Don't y'all understand this Negro fell into some money? Like, ain't nothing he did to go get no money. He didn't do anything. He didn't have no plan. I love when people write books and then they'll go back and like, well, my plan, I always had a vision. I always thought since I was a little bitty boy that I was going to be X, Y, and Z. And I always had a plan. Let me tell you what, those are lies. When he was out on them streets, did he have a plan? When he was selling that, did he have a plan? Did he have a plan then? Charlamagne could have been, were it not for the grace of God or somebody else, Charlamagne could have been, or the grace of white people, Charlamagne could have been serving 30 life right now, just based on what he said he did in his life before he became Charlamagne the God.
Right.
There are many people who got caught and not just arrested 1 or 2 or 3 times, but got caught and got caught up in that mandatory minimum and are away for the rest of their lives. You could have been one of those people, Charlamagne. It's just luck. It's just your luck, and whatever you were willing to do. A lot of these people who are at the top, y'all don't understand, they're willing to do some stuff that a lot of us are not willing to do. They're willing to go places and say things and kiss fingers and kiss something else that we're not willing to do, and that's why they make it to the top. Don't you think that the strongest get to the top? Even in the drug game, the ones who don't snitch go to jail. The ones who do snitch get out. We don't have the strongest people on the street right now. So don't think that just because somebody has money that they strong or they tough. No. He's lucky. And instead of realizing, listen, I was lucky. I didn't get caught up. I did some bad stuff, but I never got caught up in the 3 strike stuff. I was lucky. I could go to jail, but I'm just going to help my people because that's what happened. He don't do that. You know what he does?
He might not be about helping his people.
No, he just wants to make, listen, let me give you everybody a rule. Stay away from black people who try to make you feel bad about your position. Even Kanye West talking about, don't you see the private jets flying over you? I'm finished. Who is that?
That's Tommy LaHair, the conservative columnist.
Yeah, put that up. Yeah, even if you, like anybody who tries to make you feel bad for working hard every day and doing the best you can, talking about black privilege, I made it my way. I did what I had to do.
No, you made it some other guy's way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're part of a strategy.
That's who runs you. Dude, that's who runs you. That's who owns you. Yeah. That's who owns your show and everything. What kind of thing you had the privilege to get hired by somebody.
Right. And let's be honest. He was picked because he will sit in the studio while someone else asks Miss Clinton about hot sauce and he won't butt in. He was picked because
he'll say, well, you know they're gonna say that we came up with that, and you know they're gonna be offended by that. He's picked. You know why he's picked?
Why is he picked?
He's picked because he won't ask Hillary Clinton the questions that I'll ask if I'm in her face.
Exactly.
That's why you're there.
That's why you're there.
You're not there for no specific talent. You're not there because you're a great listener. You're not there because you're a great thinker. You're there because you don't challenge the status quo, and that ain't nothing to be proud of. As a black person, as a descendant of slaves, that ain't nothing to be proud of.
And it's not like you're playing basketball or you're super
you're just
talented.
A big old mutant. Mutants exist. Yeah.
Right. No. His job is in media.
Yeah.
His job is in media.
Yeah.
And he's not going to ask questions.
And he just, and these people, let me just say this. These people should not be allowed in the political sphere.
Yes.
If you want to ask an entertainer a question and ask, well, what you think about, and this is how Charlamagne does. Charlamagne, you'll be sitting there and they'll be asking a question and the person's like, well, that's like, well, that, what do you do if they say that? And he'll just ask a small question and let the person go on. That's great if you're just dealing with entertainers. When you're talking to politicians, your job is to be combative, especially when your group, African Americans, are on the edge. That's your job. You're not doing your job. So what you need to do is just like, I don't interview political figures. I just don't. Cause think about the biggest interview that the black community got from Hillary Clinton was Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy. And what's the little other girl name? Yee. Like YEE or something like that. Like that's what we got. This is like gossip news. And they're interviewing people in politics. And they don't know policies. And that's what we have. And let me just say this, and I'm not trying to be mean because I'm in this group too. There's no privilege in coming from slaves. He taught a book called Black Privilege. There's no privilege in coming from slaves. There is theft. There is hardship. There is victimization. All of that stuff that we never got paid for. You don't have any privilege. You fell into some money. And anytime they want to cut you off from that money, they can. Anytime, and you have probably extended yourself to the point to I don't even want to get into the specifics of that, but anytime they want to be like, you're never going to get a check again, you won't get a check again. You're not supportive. It's not, black people don't pay your salary to live where you live in New York and have the car that you have.
No.
If they cut you off, you will never have that life again.
It's white people doing black targeted media.
No.
With not a black agenda.
Not a black agenda at all.
No. No. Black people don't pay his salary. He's talking to black people, but black people don't pay his salary, which means that he was picked as a strategy for a particular message.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the phones in a minute because I'm really excited to hear what you all have to say about it. But yeah, Angela Yee, yeah. She don't say nothing. She just sit there and smile. Well, what do you think about what y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
You're saying that Charlamagne didn't talk about the jobless rate for black men?
Let me tell you, there is no. When you look at the job, I'm just gonna pull up the image right now. But I brought this up many times before, and the funniest thing is, this article about the jobless rate for black men. Let me see if I can pull it up too, because I want to read something. I want to read something from it again. It's in Real Clear Policy. I shared it in my news. If you get the newsletter, you've gotten it. But this is what it says. It says the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey gathered data on the jobless rate of non-institutionalized men, 2034. Now, non-institutionalized men, that doesn't include men in jail.
Yeah, why don't they include men in jail? They don't
because
count?
it will blow up the number. Like the number will be astronomical. The number will be astronomical. Put the phone number up when you get a chance.
Yeah.
And it said 20 to 34 years old, average period from 2010 to 2014 for 34 major cities. The data paints a grim picture for black men, particularly in the Midwestern industrial and mid-Atlantic cities like Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Baltimore and D.C. all had black jobless rates above 45%. You're talking about young black men ages 18 to 34 having jobless rates of 45%. Like I've said before, that's a systemic failure. That's not an individual failure. But this is where the con game comes in for Charlamagne the God. This is where the con game comes in. He wants you to believe it's your fault. Yes. He don't want you to listen to me and let me tell you that this is the system's fault. And this is how the system has failed you. He wants you to tell you, I'm Charlamagne the God. I made it, so why can't you? That's what he wants to do. That's the whole point. He wants to convince you that your failures are your own fault. How in the world? No first world country has any demographic that's 45% unemployed. These are third world statistics. And that's the life that we're living. And the reason that I can't get everybody to focus on the fact of what we're living through is because I got idiots like this talking to people and acting like they know stuff that they obviously don't know.
No, it's more insidious than that. He's paid. He was picked and paid to talk to people. And depending on who you talk to, the young woman we spoke about in the first half of the show was picked and paid to tell black people the same story. I'm talking about Oprah.
Ooh, you talking about Oprah?
I'm talking about Oprah being picked and paid to tell black people the same story.
You know, I was really gonna go into. We're gonna have to have a show about Oprah, just Oprah on one day. We're gonna have to just because listen, and you about ready for the calls, Army? Because I was one of those people. Who I grew up on Oprah. I used to love Oprah. That's why I know that you can change your mind. I used to love Oprah. I grew up watching Oprah all the time. I used to watch Oprah. This is no lie. I would not lie to y'all. I used to come home when I was in school. I used to come home like middle and high and get me a paper towel full of Doritos and get me some Kool-Aid and watch Oprah. I used to do that. I used to think Oprah was the bee's knees. Until I got older and I actually started to look at like what she does and how she does it. And I started to look at like how her shows were framed. And how she presented her own life. And how she contrasted that to black life. And some of the stuff she said, and I began to realize, okay, this person isn't really here for me or here for us in a way that I need her to be here for us. And I don't know if it's intentional for her or if she just doesn't know. But I'm just here to tell you that you can change your mind. Somebody said you got a purple cup today. So, it is just is what it is. But I'm very interested to hear what y'all have to say about Charlamagne the God. And how many of y'all checked out the Henrietta Lack story? I didn't get a chance to check it out today. But so let me know what y'all think. You ready?
That's it.
Okay.
You're on.
Hello?
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 Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought his book was garbage. Burn it. It's fake. It's make-believe, and ain't nobody reading that crap, okay? That's ridiculous.
Tell me what you really think.
What about it was ridiculous? What did you read in it that was ridiculous?
Where in the hell do we have black privilege? And what planet is he living on? What planet? Because somebody needs to knock him upside his head.
All right, so she's in L.A.
And
Tell
then
her.
on top of that, the way. Yeah, I'm in LA.
Okay.
But I'm from the Midwest.
Okay.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Indiana. So, I don't even think like California people think. So, we ain't even going to go into that. But the book is ridiculous. I wouldn't pay a second grader to read that mess.
Did you read it?
I've heard the commentary on it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't waste my money on it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. He's a radio talk show host. He's a joke.
Yeah.
He
Now-
does not live in my world. My world is real. I'm sitting over here living in California with student loan debt. I have an MBA and an MSN, and I can't get a job.
Yeah.
Where's my black privilege?
Yeah. Ask her.
I mean, what does black privilege look like in LA? Can people even can you buy a house in LA right now?
Y'all got parties over there? Because if I can buy a house in LA, then we all sit back drinking water.
I got you.
Look, I'm from the Midwest, so a 3-bedroom would be like $700. Okay, here in California, you can't even get a studio for $700 here.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
You can't get a studio.
I know. I agree. I thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you calling in. The thing is, I did read some of the book. Like I read some of the book, and it is garbage. Like it is. Like it's as bad as you think it is. Like I want you all don't go buy the book in mass, but some of y'all should just get the book and everybody pass it around. Because the thing is, it is as bad as it's worse than I thought. Like I thought he had a ghostwriter.
Don't you have any dignity?
I thought he had. I mean, it was just like, well, and I'm a spiritual person, and I watch who you hang around, and come on, man, you thought that was wisdom?
Yeah.
So. And somebody said, why waste your time? Like, I'm talking about him because people listen to him.
Yes.
Like, I know we don't think that because we're smarter than that. But, people are listening to him and paying attention to what he has to say. And a lot of black men, when you talk to them, they feel, bad because
Right.
they're not him. And then you have women who are looking for somebody like him. I don't think that's what you want. So, only thing I'm saying to you is that I have to address, when I see ignorance kind of come out, and when I see him talk about something that doesn't exist, I have to come out and say this is stupid. I feel like that's my responsibility. And my responsibility too is to come out and tell you why it's stupid, not just come out and say it's stupid and run away. To tell you, okay, let me tell you why I said this.
No, he got this deal and was picked because he's willing to get black people to feel bad about themselves.
Yeah. He get that with Stephen A. Smith and talk about, I did it, why can't you? You're a part of the problem. And this is why he is your class enemy and Oprah's your class enemy. They are being used as tools for people to make you feel bad about yourself and keep striving, even though the kind of success that they had don't even exist for us no more, and they don't know enough to know it.
I don't know. There's always going to be a good job in making black people feel bad.
One or two?
Because, one or two.
But I don't think nobody's I don't think nobody like Charlamagne the God who has a checkered past is going to stumble in like they used to. Just like I think rap is going to be over before you know it. You don't even have do you remember in the 90s how many rappers were on tour all the time? You don't even see that no more. You see Chris Brown and a few other ones, but it used to be something all the time, and MTV was always showing you rappers, and there was this whole industry of creating moguls. They created, Puffy, they created Jay-Z. Ain't nobody creating no black moguls no more. They're just people to be used up and spit out, and they don't even have to do a lot for them no more. So even the rap game, that's people, this stuff y'all looking at, y'all living in the over moment. This is y'all living. It's not happening no more. He don't even know it though. Ask him what the last book he read.
Don't ask Charlamagne the God the last book he read.
I want to know.
I don't want to know.
No. Ask him the last political book he read. Just ask him. No. Not even political book. Ask him the last political article. I'm not going to go as far as book. The last political article he read. Just tell me. I just want to know.
I'm curious.
I'm curious.